Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video here on Marvel Strike Force. And in today's video, we have a few things to talk about, as we normally would. Today is Tuesday. I am 2 more days before this European heat storm. I am on screen today, but yeah, boy, it's been uncomfortable. But anyways, we're going to get through this. I want to talk about a little bit more about KNULL and Battle World. Apparently, this is crazy bugged. Also, I didn't know that they were going to make it available for 2 days. I thought it was just going to be available for 1 day for KNULL. I knew it was like 2 days for the other ones, but I thought KNULL was going to be 1 day and it'd be 7 days long. But apparently, everything is just 8 days long in total for Battle World. So this is still active for another day and a bit, depending on when you're watching this video. I do want to mention some of the things that people are saying, because apparently if you use Mephisto, or at least Mephisto with Astral, you can get some pretty bugged out scores. Not that it really matters, because Battle World, at the end of the day, you just need to kill him once to get the shards. The rest doesn't matter that much. But we're going to talk about that alongside some new data mines and some things upcoming around the corner. So if you're ready to go, everybody, let's boil this down. Now let's just talk about my KNULL. I didn't really care that much, right? So I scored 452 million. However, you might see my Dr. Grocket up here with a basically 1.2 billion damage. Now, again, this doesn't really matter because the VPs are super easy to get through. Like, honestly, like it doesn't matter. This would give you more VPs, but really at the end of the day, like it actually is pretty meaningless because there's no leaderboard, and the rewards cap out at 12 million VP, and we have 21 million, so we're way above that. It doesn't even matter. But just for sake of argument, anyways, there was some. This was Sexy Jexy here with a 2.34 billion damage, and there was some Reddit posts as well here. Oops, I meant to say this one here. So do not use Mephisto with Astral in Battle World. That you could auto for 4+ hours of Moondragon and an Ancient One with every possible buff. It says everything is for 2 turns, but it's actually infinite. So Dr. Grocket, who was like on my lines there, said that he had autoed it for hours, and eventually it did die, but it took forever. There's some other posts here. A teammate left her running overnight and eventually canceled after 9 hours. Mine froze after 5 hours. It's ridiculous. Now, it says KNULL appears to be gaining damage from rage, but not speed. So he cannot kill through the stacks of Death Proof, which are extended every turn by Ancient One. Seems like a bug, as Emma's passive should not affect speed gain through rage if working as. So something happened, I guess, between last time and this time, or because this particular bug was not raised, the last couple of times. So definitely something weird is going on. Not that it matters because there was no leaderboard, but had a leaderboard been running, this would have been an absolute disaster, because this would have been a huge thing for all the people who were getting high scores through this way. So just something to keep in mind, that there's just something crazy going on here. It doesn't matter that much, but it just goes to show that there's still bugs for existing content. And that's actually honestly one of the shocking things to me, is that Marvel Strike Force and Scopely still find a way for stuff that's been out for months now. They still find a way to bug stuff out. Speaking of Battle World, it's actually coming back again next week. So it seems like right on the back of this one completing, we're going to get some more Battle World again for another 8 days, or presumably 8 days, which is kind of crazy. But after this one ends, I'm going to be at 177. So we need like 2 more Battle Worlds, and it seems like they're shoving it down our throats, which is fine, I guess, right? It's going to give us more Battle World credits for the store, which, by the way, is basically dead. But we're going to get to 7-star KNULL a little bit faster, or a lot faster in this case, right? Because it's not monthly anymore. It's going to be like every 2 weeks. That seems to be what they're doing. And I don't know if that's going to be a push, if they're doing this because they're going to be pushing out Battle World 2 sooner rather than later. I believe what they said was that Battle World 2 was basically going to be in September, which still could be on track to do that if they're just trying to push everyone else, including laggards or people who didn't have as many shards as people at the top, right? Just to make sure that everyone's ready or has KNULL maxed out by September. It's my understanding, and I'm not 100% sure because this might have changed since all the screw-ups with Battle World, that you would have the option of basically running Battle World 1 or Battle World 2. Like, they would both be there. And I don't think that null is going to be available in other areas. But who knows? Subject to change, right? Because a lot of things have changed when it comes to Battle World. Now, I do want to kind of cover that Battle World store a little bit just here in the beginning, because I got stacks and stacks of Battle World credits because there's just nothing really to use it on. At least for me. I'm going to have Havoc maxed out soon. My Howard the Duck is maxed out. So I'm just waiting for new characters to come in here. But it's just become another defunct store. I'm not buying these crystals because I don't need it. Also, the costs were kind of absurd at the time. I guess it's technically less absurd now. But I don't have any reason to buy any of this stuff. And those orbs are absolute dog shit. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm shocked that they've actually brought out a store that's become essentially obsolete in such a short amount of time, on top of all the other shop related issues. But I'm not really here to talk about that in today's video. Now, let's talk about some other things that's not null that I want to talk about, and that's going to be the Fantastic Four, because we have some data mines about the next upcoming Negative Zone. And that's going to be really important to think about what you're going to do that. So let's kind of jump over to the data mine section here. Scroll up at the top. So we have some new information about Negative Zone, the Harbinger missions 13 through 16. Now, this is kind of important because with all the data mines coming out, there's also some offers as well. Suggests that this might actually release sometime next week. Now, usually for data mines, they're somewhere between 7 and 12 days in advance. Very rarely is it more than 2 weeks. So if it's not next week, it could be 2 weeks from now. It could be like basically 2 Mondays from now, which would then put it at, because today's Tuesday, right? Monday the 14th at the latest. But I do believe that it could be sometime mid next week, so do keep that in mind. So Negative Zone's missions 13 through 16, because we absolutely love running Negative Zone every single day, right? Now they're bringing it back to make sure that you have to use Harbinger. So no longer are you going to be able to use all characters. We're bringing it back to Harbinger. So what does that mean? It means nodes 1 through 8 is going to be for Vigilantes. Now 9 through 12 was Vigilante doable, but it was very challenging. You guys might have remembered that there was a Mephisto and then 2 Miss Marvel Classics. Now, I was not able to one-shot these nodes. Apparently, some people were able to do it with a massive amount of resets. Nodes 9 through 12 is designed for Accursed, and nodes 13 through 16 is designed for the new Fantastic Four because they have arena game modes on 13 through 16. So that's what we want to talk about now. I want to recap some of the enemies on these nodes is here as well, because we have covered this. Is Vigilantes going to be able to clear 13 through 16? I guess that's the big question, because they're not going to have their raid buffs activated. But enemies on this node will have arena. And is that relevant? I'm not sure. So we have Kahori, double North Stars, Zombie Scarlet Witch, double Zugs, Ancient One, double everything, right? Cersei Necros from arena. That's just 13. 14, we have Havoc, Gore. So some arena buffs, right? That's going to be an arena buffed Gore. Keep that in mind. So he's going to block assists for any teams that you're using. Omega Red Phoenix Force ×2, Gladiator ×2 with possible arena buffs there. And then some Star Jammers and Cap Sam, right? Node number 15, we have Blade, double Panda Pool, Oath, 2 Apocalypses, double Man Thing, double Black Knight. And Black Knight, I think, does have arena text as well. And then finally, node number 16, we got Falcon Joaquin, double Patriot, a Lizard, Old Man Logan, Peggy Carter, double Dakin, double Hank Pym, and double Captain Britain. They love their double characters here. So this could be a challenge for Vigilantes. My personal recommendation is just be aware that you might need to level these characters, including the reworks. Now, obviously, you can't use the other Fantastic Four, but Human Torch and Thing, right? They're the rework characters for the Fantastic Four. Sue is coming out this week, and the next week we're probably going to be getting Mr. Fantastic. And depending on the release and when it's released, we may have Franklin Richards as well, or at least sometime during that run. You might be able to run a 4-person without Franklin Richards, but at least for the Negative Zone, because the enemies don't look that bad on the surface, and the newer characters of Invisible Woman MCU and Mr. Fantastic MCU might be good enough with the other 2 characters to run with, I don't know, one of the other Harbinger characters that are the best standalone. I'm trying to think of who that might be. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure. But that's kind of the expectations I have. So, I think I'm going to be leveling up these guys anyways, at least to 100 G19. And I think I'm going to do that now. I mean, I have the resources to do it, I suppose, and a lot of people have probably like sat on my account, and that was, I don't know, what was I saying? I have a shit ton of gold. That's what I meant to say. Right. And a lot of people, I haven't upgraded a cursed either. So we'll see what ends up happening when it comes to that and how hard this new negative zone is for these final 4 nodes. Hypothetically, right, like if you have a curse built, you could do that too. But is that something that's going to be good? I don't know. Vigilantes have always just been some of the strongest characters, and so that's why I'm wondering if anyone's going to be able to do it without the mods. It's probably them. But do keep in mind, of course, a curse is going to be not required, but like this will make it a lot easier for you to clear those nodes 9 through 12 as well. I don't, you know, we're getting slow drips to the hood over 4 weeks, so good luck, everybody. You'd have to spend your intel to probably get them unlocked. And then Satana's not even available for you to play yet. She's not even in the intel store. So I don't know. I think this team is for me is a big miss. I don't really like the team that much. I know I haven't used them, but I've seen some videos, and I don't know. I'm not really enthused with Cosmic Crucible right now, so I'm intentionally not building them. But Fantastic Four, on the other hand, is something that I think will get more value even in other PvP game modes than the Accursed for me personally. So that's my plan right now. Some other stuff on the data mines, just to jump back into here. We have the new Chapter 2 of the Antimatter. Okay, so that's the new currency name for Chapter 2. So they're already pushing stuff out, at least in relation to that. Use Antimatter to purchase in the Antimatter store, Chapter 2 currency, Antimatter. Also, we have some data mines of Harbinger Finale Week 2, which is next week, which is why I know that Battle World is coming back. Play raids, clear waves in Battle Worlds, and play Crucible to earn rewards. So you get points by playing a raid battle, clearing a wave in Battle World, and then playing Blitz with Gear Tier 20, Human Torch, Thing, and Invisible Woman. Now, I am not putting Gear 20 on Human Torch and Thing. So I don't know what this is going to do, what kind of rewards there are going to be associated with these premium milestones to do it this way, but I'm absolutely not Gear Tier 20 those characters. Invisible Woman, jury's out. I might end up doing this for Cosmic Hero. I have some thoughts about this that I might end up waiting for all 3 of the new Fantastic Four and use them alongside Odin and Lilandra in my Cosmic Hero section instead, because these are going to be the new arena meta, at least the 3 new characters probably. So that's something that I'm a little bit more conscious about, that I might actually end up doing that myself with my bio gear. Also, it looks like there's going to be an offer for the Human Torch's new outfit, which is really, really disappointing to see that they're not going to be giving this out for free, or at least they're going to be offering this to sell, because this was in the offered data mines. So we'll have to see what the other 2 costumes end up looking like as well. But anyways, that was just a bit of a short video for me. I do like these costumes. I like the idea of the Fantastic Four. You know, actually, I hands down, still probably a better team, and it's probably going to play as a better team as well than a team like Accursed. And Thunderbolts, honestly, I did not like either, other than the fact that I needed to have them for raids. But I just feel like they're completely lackluster in other areas of the game. I hope the Fantastic Four proves me wrong, but obviously Franklin Richards is going to be the main linchpin of this team, and we'll see how he's available. This is definitely something that I am saving my power cores for, though. And I totally forgot to talk about this when this was on my thumbnail, so this is going to be slid into the video in a really awkward spot or something like that, because my brain has been so frazzled with the heat. But I wanted to talk about Blastaar. So a lot of people, well, especially with the data mines coming up with Chapter 2 details and stuff like that, who is the Chapter 2 legendary? Well, I think that it is going to be Blastaar. A lot of other people have suggested this as well very early on. The photos look like it as well. This is Blastaar, another image of him in the comics. Reason for this is because of the color associated with him was blue, but also he has a very strong tie to the negative zone. So like almost if you read this stuff, like he hails from the negative zone. There's a lot of negative zone details in here. Also, there is dialogue data mines, which I didn't show you guys, but basically in the dialogue of the data mines, at the very end of the Fantastic Four team mission, essentially Quasar opens up a portal to the negative zone and betrays everyone else. Maybe he's being controlled or whatever. And then everyone has to go and follow him into the negative zone, or they take the fight over into the negative zone and go there. So this is a very good kind of tie-in and lead up, I think, to what would be Blastaar. You know, we enter the negative zone, the strike team, right? We enter the negative zone, and that's where we encounter Blastaar. And that's kind of what I'm thinking and where the story direction is going in the game. So really excited to see what happens there. Obviously, he's not going to be a war character, right? Because Quasar is. So whoever, if it's Blastaar, of course, is going to be another character. Might be Cosmic Crucible. It probably won't be Arena, right, at this point. because that's what Annihilus is going to be. So it's either that or Raids, right? And I don't see it being Raids, so it's probably going to be a Cosmic Crucible character, but we'll have to see. Plug and play Cosmic Crucible character who's maybe good in other game modes might be quite interesting as well. So let me know what your thoughts are about that one. But anyways, Battle World coming around next week again. Make sure that if you want to score really well, if you need to do those scores, use Mephisto and Astral. Apparently, you take Doctor Strange out and go to town, and you can get billions and billions of score for you and your alliance if it's necessary. So that's going to be it for now for today, everybody. And until next time, I'll see you then. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.